Hi, it's Dot from Ink Art Designs. Welcome to Stamping Tips. Today I thought it might be fun to show you a couple of different ways to do a silhouette. So traditionally, if you think of silhouette stamping, it's lots of black ink and stamping it out. Lovely black silhouette. But there's so many more ways that you can do it. So one of the ways today is using colours on the silhouette. So I've just gone through my stash and I've pulled out a couple of small silhouette stamps that I have from Rubber Dance, and we're going to ink them up in anything but black. Here we go. This is my stamping platform that I've had for a few years. A bit tabbed and torn, it's well used, and I've got it set up for rubber because I'm using rubber stamps. I'm going to put my cardstock into the corner, put the magnets on just to hold it in place. That's important for this because put the bird where I want the bird to go. I don't want the paper to be moving around each time I do it. So I thought being a bird might be nice in natural colours. I'm going to use oxides, distress oxides today, because they stamp out really well, so much better than distress inks. And I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. So I twist the ink on and then tap it out. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. Because I'm using a stamping platform, I can go back in, a bit on the edge, wipe it off, close it over, firm pressure, and lift. And actually that's not too bad for a first image. So he's a little bit wish-washy, but what I wanted to do was to build him up with other colours. I'm just going to wipe some of the oxides off, because if you mix one colour in with another colour, it stays on your ink pad and then it can wreck it quite quickly. So clean the stamp down. If you wanted to, you could go in with a baby wipe. Give it a proper clean. Not much on there though, I already got it off here. Okay. I'm not going to do the whole bird in brown. I think the colour I'm using is Gathered Twigs. And I'm just randomly stamping, especially his legs and his tail and his underbelly, like that. Put the lid back on and stamp it down again. This is why you don't want to have your card moving around. It's why the magnets are so important. Give it a good press. He's got a bit of a straight line thing happening. That's okay. Again, I'm going to go in and wipe him clean, just so that that colour doesn't contaminate the next colour. Give him a wipe dry, and I'm going in with black. Well used Distress Oxide Black, and I'm just going to go around the edge of the bird. Whoops, don't want him all over, so I might just wipe some of that off, which you can do quite easily. Maybe a bit more around his head. Let's see what that looks like. And press and lift. Okay, this is what he's looking like at the moment. How cool is that? So much better than just doing a straightforward black silhouette. Okay, I should do the black silhouette for you, which I will do. Oops, I moved that, so let's hope it hasn't done too much damage. And I'll just do it in oxides while we've got the oxide handy. This is black soot. Like that. Remember, it did jump to start with, so we'll see how it works. Oh, I forgot to put that on. Never mind. That needs another go. So just dig that up again. wipe it off your edges, if you see it there, and go back in a second time. This is a really great way of stamping out a silhouette. I can see there's a pale part, so I'm going in a third time. Just like that. So if you're having trouble with silhouettes, stamping platform is really helpful. And put the lid back on that. Okay. So these are your two silhouettes. You can see your standard everyday black silhouette, and we've done the same stamp, just using different colours. Now you can use any colour that you like, it's all okay. So that's one way to do a silhouette that's different. What is another way? Let's stick with Distress Oxides. And we're going to do an egg. Now this egg has parts on it, hasn't been used before. Just take the backing off, throw it away. It's always good when you're putting your stamps onto an acrylic block that you match the size of your stamp to the size of your block. That's a really good tip. It stops it rocking. If the stamp block is too big, you can rock, and then if there's any ink on the edges, you'll get those unwanted marks. But if you've matched your stamp size to your acrylic block size, that stops that from happening, or helps stop that from happening. Now we're going to go in, let's do Speckled Egg, because it's got egg in the name, like that. So that's all we've done, is put Speckled Egg on there. And we'll go in with Stormy Sky. Now I'm going to go into parts of the egg, just to give it a border. Now you can see where it's gone onto your ink pad. This is easily fixed. I just use a baby wipe and wipe it off. And that's all you have to do. Do that each time and you won't go too far wrong. So the trick also is to use a light colour first and then a dark colour. That helps stop the contamination. And press it down, hold it for a few seconds. I find that with Distress Oxide you don't need to hold the stamp for as long as what you normally would. And look at that. How awesome is that egg with two colours? And all we've done is use the Speckled Egg Distress Oxide in the middle and gone around with Stormy Sky, just to give it an edge. You could go in and do it with three colours quite easily. And again, just to show you the difference, I'll wipe that down and put some black soot oxide onto the egg. And stamp it out like that. Hold it for a few seconds and lift. And there you've got your traditional and your revamped colours with the Speckled Egg and the Stormy Sky. So there you go. One is using the platform to layer one tea dye we used, then we went together twigs and then black soot to create a more realistic bird. Not that this one looks all that realistic, but compared to the traditional it probably is. And then with the eggs, traditional, and Speckled Eggs and Stormy Sky. I hope this gives you some ideas on different ways to use your silhouette stamps. Thank you for watching. See you next time.